there's something to be said about doing something to getting people to come out, because if they would have done, even if it was Mickey Mouse totally, that's how I met all you all.
Right.
And we had the opportunity to make something happen from that.
Absolutely. And that's why I mentioned the part about me being adverse to marches in the beginning, because of me not feeling like they have been as effective as other means that we could have used. Not that they're not effective at all. And the small part that is effective is like what you're talking about, where you can make connections between people who are out just trying to make a difference. I mean, although the focus might not be in the direction that I would think would be more beneficial in our favor, it's still a focus and it's still beneficial. And so if you are able to create these relationships out of these groups, which is part of the reason why I went down there, then that is the benefit out of it. Now, I know you mentioned having other races involved. There's some people that will be adverse to even having other people be involved at all. And I think there's a time and a place for that too. The only part that I'm adverse to is when they come trying to give us what we're asking for. So like, for instance, when they came out with in civil rights, when they gave us all these advancements that we thought we were making, they were making the same advancements for everybody else too, who they deemed to be a minority. And so they threw the tagline minority out there and involved all these other people into it, all the immigrants, all the people from Mexico and the Irish and the Germans and people that were coming over from Europe. And these advancements that we thought we were getting, we shared those with everybody else. So I want to know, when are we going to get something that's specifically for us?
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why I said it's all about propaganda. Because they are making us think that they're giving us something. They're giving us a nickel while they take $1 from us. See, they're fooling us by giving us something a little bit just to get a lot more out, and that's not going to work. We need to get to that point to where when they give us that nickel, hey, we don't need your nickel. We already got $10. We're doing this. We don't need you for your handouts. If you want to do something, do what you're doing with some of these other people out here. Don't give me a nickel. Give me $1 million to work with. Go inside that doggone fund you got there, that off the water treatment plant or whatever, and give us some of that money to work with and everything.
But now when you say you don't give us,
grant. This is like they grant the rest of them. They've been popping out grants for $340,000 here, for $25,000 there, grants here, grants there, grants. They're giving them grants out of that legacy fund and everything. They're giving them grants out of some of the other monies that the federal government is giving them as grants and everything. But you ask them, I guarantee you, just for that bike trail, the trail that we're trying to get the extension to here, why is it so hard for them to puff us out $50,000 or $100,000 to complete that daggone trail so that we can have access to the trail from Macmillan Park or from one of the parks around here?
That's a valid point, but that's a point that needs to go to Tom Henry and the city council.
We've been down to the city council on that, and what did they do? They shut us down at the city council.
And that's why we need to go back in stronger numbers, because this march out here that had a different objective, it was a whole different type of a focus.
Well, the focus on that was about the killings and everything. Okay, I understand that. I understand that was to help to push back and to tell them, hell no, we won't go. We're not going to take it. We got our hands up. We got our hands around our necks. We don't want to be choking, all that kind of stuff. But the problem is, the reason they're doing that and they're taking advantage of that, they're looking at the point that, hey, we're going to do what we want to do to you, how we want to do it, whenever we get ready to do it, because you won't stand up and do anything about it. You won't. Now, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't know. There are a lot of other countries. I was looking at my Facebook, and there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of, even over in Africa and other nations over there, who are actually in support of us, standing up for once. They'll tell you, you finally stood up and did something. We will come and help. All these different other people are saying, we will come to the United States and help to push this for you.
London,
all these different places. Brazil, the rest of them.
Another one.
So it's a movement that is taking place not just here in the United States, but on an international level as well. But who holds the entry port for all that? Unless we do something here to push it further. And I'm not advocating any violence or anything. We got brains. We got a lot of brain power. We got a lot of brain power. We got a lot of financial power. We need to start to use these brains and the financial power that we have to start producing things in a way that either choke them off at the neck financially, or step on their foot